Hey guys, and welcome to Astro Music and Tutorials. Today we're gonna show you how to make a song in the style of Sleepyfish. Sleepyfish is one of my favorite chill hop artists and has inspired me so much, so I made a track with a blend of mine and his style. Please like and subscribe if you like our content, and with that, let's start the video. So Sleepyfish generally has two sets of progressions in his tracks. We'll call them progression A and B. This is what I made for progression A. This is the Yamaha Grand Piano preset from Keyzone Classic, which is a free piano plugin. This plugin generally tends to have a lot of low end, so I cleaned that up by cutting the lows, and also reduced the sharpness of the sounds by cutting the highs. Progression A goes on for at least half the song before I switch it to progression B. Make sure the change is subtle and that the two progressions sound a little similar and connected to each other. This is progression B. A little trick I like to do is instead of adding the reverb on the piano channel, I add it to the next channel and route the piano track through the second reverb channel. This helps me control the wetness of the reverb easily and also boost the volume of the piano. Sleepyfish wouldn't be Sleepyfish without a soothing guitar melody over the piano. He normally has an acoustic guitar, but I went with an electric because it fit the beat better, and that it's something I would use than a normal acoustic guitar. I used the Spitfire Labs Audio Peel Guitar tool for this beautiful sound. For the effects, I used a multiband compressor to boost the signal, a Grandtacular preset from Crystallizer for a little delay action, and an EQ to clean up the mix a little bit, especially in the middle region where you can find some really harsh sounds. This is the drum pattern that I came up with. The only loops I used are this hi-hat loop and the shaker loop, which I then panned to opposite sides to widen the mix a bit. And then I have these layered snares, usually filtered and unfiltered, and pan them left and right as well. Now my entire drum pattern will take up more space in the mix. Now let's hear the bass to complement the drum pattern. I use the Eternity bass sample from the Lo-Fi starter kit. For the effects, a multiband compressor to boost the signal, a fruity limiter for sidechaining the kick, and an EQ to cut the highs, and a transient processor to adjust the attack and release. Now let's add some life to the song by layering some ambient sounds. This first one is another great sound from Labs called Third Organ, from the Siren Songs bundle. Now due to some glitch on FL Studio, it's showing Ozone 8 where it should be showing Valhalla Supermassive, which I used to make it sound more spacey, and an EQ to clean up the sound. Here's what it sounds like, raw without any effects. This is with all the effects. Now the second one is called Granular Piano from the Modular Piano bundle. I like how filling the grainy textures of the piano sound. You should know that all these lab sounds that I've used before and will be using in the video later are completely free, so there's literally nothing stopping you from claiming these beautiful sounds. For effects, all I use is an EQ. Now for the third ambience, it's a pad that sounds like this. It's the warm laments from Micah's choir from Labs, with the reverb knob turned up halfway. For the effects, I have a fruity stereo enhancer to widen the sound, and an EQ to clean it up. Here's the piano lead to complement the main piano progression. Just like the two piano progressions that we had, there are two melodies as well. I just played them together. For effects, I have an EQ to clean up the sounds, and a multiband compressor to boost the signal. We all know that Sleepyfish loves to incorporate his vocals into his songs. Now my voice doesn't sound nearly as good as Mr. Fish's, but I found the next best thing. Here's what it sounds like. Please excuse that glitchy sound at the beginning, but the rest of it is actually a sustain up preset from the Micah's choir bundle on Labs. And I feel like it does slightly resemble his voice if Sleepyfish was a choir. For effects, I have a multiband compressor to boost the signal, an altar boy to double up the lower octaves, and lastly an EQ to clean up the sound, especially in the mid area. And that's the whole song, but here's how I made the intro. I added an EQ to the master channel with the radio filter preset. And then I automated the effect knob, as you can see here, from 100% to 0%, right before the drop comes. This is the actual automated section. And here's what it sounds like. Now let's listen to the full beat and we'll see you next week.